Hello again, everybody. Zack Attack is here with my WWE Clash of the Champions review for this Sunday, December 17th, 2017, from Boston, Massachusetts. Despite the lack of hype for this pay-per-view, being the last pay-per-view of the year, not a lot of hype to it. There's some decent matches being built up, but not a lot of heat to them, especially a U.S. title match, getting at least a build. There was a good hype for most of the matches during this past SmackDown, making us a little bit excited for this pay-per-view. The end result? I'll say this. This was not SmackDown's worst pay-per-view of the year. That would be Battleground for that distinction of the worst SmackDown pay-per-view this year. And at least this pay-per-view was better than last year's final pay-per-view, Roadblock, which was But Clash of Champions tonight was there was one really good match. One decent match with an ending nobody saw coming, as you see by my subtitle. And then after the second match, the pay-per-view kind of fell flat. The women's title match was what we expected. All about the Lumberjacks. Then a squasher that we saw happening. Then, of course, the big tag match with careers on the line going the way that many expected, including myself. With a little controversy involving authority figures. You see my subtitle as well. And then the main event. I will say this. It was Jinder's best performance on the pay-per-view yet. But the match itself was... Yeah. 5.5 for this pay-per-view I rank it, just because there was only one really good match. If there was more good matches, maybe I'll rank it higher. But after the second match, the rest of the pay-per-view kind of fell flat. Before I go any further on this pay-per-view, I need to comment some wrestling-related news that's happened over the weekend and over the pay-per-view tonight. I mentioned this is a pay-per-view called Clash of Champions. I call it Clash of the Champions because that was a WCW event. And a former WCW wrestler passed away tonight. Lesser known Mick Carter, who was decent Mick Carter. Tom Zenk, a.k.a. the Z-Man, passed away tonight at the age of 59 in Minnesota. He was known in WWF for a little while. He was in the Can-Am connection with Rick Martel before he left to go to the AWA and then NWA. Of course, he was a U.S. Tag Team title holder with Brian Pillman. He was also a TV champion and a World 6-Man champion. So he had some decent success in WCW as a very successful high-flying Mick Carter. So all I to you, Tom Zenk. I said here, even though it's not as big of a wrestler as many people would know, but hey, it's still sad when a wrestler dies, especially when some people have a little bit of connection with. And then, of course, big news happening with rumor flying that Vince McMahon is considering bringing back the XFL in the midst of the old NFL boycott and ticket sales going down for the NFL. Great opportunity. Hearing rumors, they're going to announce it in January if it's true. So, he's going to do a venture with somebody. Hopefully, this venture doesn't fail like the XFL originally did in 2001. Watch that documentary, which was a 30 for 30 earlier this year. If Vince learns from his mistakes of the XFL the first time, it could be very successful. Especially in this opportune time with the NFL going down. Now, on with my thoughts on the show. Match by match. First, our pre-show match. Zack Ryder against Mojo Rawley. This breakup we've been sensing for months. We've been seeing the tension with these two guys building, but the breakup, is it going to actually happen? Are they going to actually pull the trigger? A few weeks ago, they finally pulled the trigger with Mojo turning here on Zack Ryder. But there was no proper follow-up leading up to this match. You know what I mean? There was, like, after that heel turn, we didn't see him on TV for a couple of weeks. Till they announced this match was happening during the pre-show. So that's how much they care about this feud at all. They haven't relegated to the pre-show. Mojo had a new theme music. It's okay. You know. The match itself, for a kick-off match, was okay. You know, Mojo looked heelish early, some big heel moves. Includes some viciousness on the outside of Ryder. But Ryder came back with some big moves, trying to make the hope spot, including going for the Boski boot. But then, despite Ryder's best efforts, he got knocked out with a big right hand by Wally. That was his new finisher now. 1-2-3 victory for Mojo Wally 2.0. You know, okay, little match with kickoff. I thought Ryder would win, but they want Mojo more over than Ryder, apparently. You know, they should have done this months ago when Mojo was still kind of relevant when he won the Andre Giant Battle Royal. Because he won that for nothing. Should have went to Strowman. But we had to make up for lost time for not taking advantage of Mojo, pushing him to be a heel, and taking advantage of his win of the Andre Giant Battle Royal this year. You know, hope they make up for that. Now, on to a main show. With the opening matchup being for the United States Championship, a triple threat match. Bobby Roode, Baron Corbin, the champion, and Dolph Ziggler. Now, we saw a little seed being built for a Bobby Roode, Baron Corbin match during a Lumberjack match a few weeks ago on SmackDown between the Usos and Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. When Bobby Roode and Corbin, who were Lumberjacks, got a little ball, and we were like, okay, we're going to have a match between these guys for the championship, probably at the Clash of the Champions. But then Dolph Ziggler got at it, we were like, why is Ziggler being at it? Well, then we kind of know why. It's not for this match. Like, the build for this match, you know, with only 2 weeks of build because it was announced on the internet, along with 2 other matches for this card. They announced a tag match and the women's title match on the internet over a weekend. So, not a lot of time for building. But I made the best out of it. With added steps to the women's and tag matches from the initial announced on the internet. But this match, nothing was changed. Especially with Ziggler, that belonged in the match. But despite that, and a lack of build, being the match with the least amount of anticipation, the match itself was a decent little opener. You know, it was a fun opener. Good action from all 3 guys. Getting some good spots in. Nasty spots, including one spot when Baron Corbin got nailed against the post hard. He got double teamed early by Ziggler and Roode, despite their feud over the last few months, which was an okay little feud. Still think Roode should be healed. Anywho, Roode and Ziggler, after the initial double team up, Corbin they fought each other for a little while, including trying to tease each other's finishers. You know, Dolph teased a zigzag, and Bobby Roode teased the glorious DDT. But then Corbin came back and brought on the outside a bit. I wish they used more weapons. This was a triple threat match. That means anything goes. No DQ. I wish there was some weapon uses. But hey, who cares? It was still a decent little matchup. With Corbin trying to outweigh the numbers game. You know, he knew his chances of retaining were slim to none. So he tried to take both out, even delivering a deep 6 at one point. And he got taken out again, leaving it up to Ziggler and Roode teasing each other moves. Ziggler didn't do a favor, sir. But one little spot was cool. Roode was going for a glorious DDT, and then Ziggler counted for his own DDT. So that was a cool little spot. And then Roode would kick out of that, and then Roode would indeed connect the glorious DDT after that. And then Corbin pulled out the referee. So then, the ending, I like the ending now. The ending came when Corbin was setting up for the end of days onto Bobby Roode. And all of a sudden, Ziggler came in and did a combination end of day zigzag. Cool little ending there. The zigzag being delivered. And then, all of a sudden, Ziggler would pin Baron Corbin in the 1, 2... What? Dolph Ziggler, the man that many believe, including myself, didn't even belong in that triple threat match, should have been Roode and Corbin one-on-one, is the new United States champion. I didn't see that shit coming. I thought Corbin was going to be tamed. There'll be a lot of theories about why Corbin lost. Like, they're trying to bury him again because of his trainer uses. No. If you read the dirt sheets, Dolph Ziggler's contract is going up on WWE. And he's also complaining about his position in the company. And embarrassed with his position in the company. You do like Alicia Fox, you complain on the internet, and WWE gives you an opportunity. That's all you gotta do. Usually when you complain on the internet, or complain on a radio station, you get punished. That's what used to happen. Now, you complain on a radio show or interview, you get a push. Alicia Fox was like, I'm embarrassed by my position. I don't have a t-shirt. Look what happened. She was the captain of the Wall Survivor Series women's team and got a t-shirt. Dolph Ziggler said to an interview, I'm embarrassed by my position in the company. I'm bitching about not being used a lot. Look what happened after he bitched about it. He's the United States champion and trying to make him stay longer because his contract is up. Might be a short-term deal. But who knows what's going to happen eventually in the long term. Is Corbin going to be champ again? Or is Wood going to be champ eventually? And be a heel Wood? Come on, heel Wood. He's been kind of misused. Speaking of being used, Wood's been misused since he debuted because he came as a babyface, not as a heel. Everything about Bobby Roode we loved, and he got sucked out of him in the main roster thus far. Hopefully he finds it eventually. 3.4 for this one. You know, it was a fun match, a fun opener. Good little action here and there. All guys got a chance to shine there. But wow. Like, some people would have loved to see Roode won. Some people might have expected, people like me were expecting Corbin to retain. Especially with no heat in this match. No hype to suffice the title change. But wow. Nobody thought Ziggler would have a chance in hell to win. Let alone do so. So, there you go. Now, on to the phrase that happens to be a phrase that's been tossed around a lot when you talk about tag team title matches at the pay-per-view. It's been a status quo now that we like to call the tag team title match the best match of the night. We used to say that all the time in NXT pay-per-views. You know, the best match of the night was the tag team title match. But now, a lot more recently, on the main roster, we've been saying that more often than ever, that on a pay-per-view, whether it's a multi-branded one, or whatever, the tag team title match of either Raw and or SmackDown is the best match of the night. Once again, this was it for SmackDown. The Fatal 4-Way for the SmackDown World Tag Team Championships. The Usos defending against the Benjamins, Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable. The New Day and the most over team, Rusev Day. God, I want that shirt. Besides an Elias shirt. Rusev and Aiden English came out first. And they got a huge pop. They're heels. But they got a Rusev Day pop. And a Rusev Day chant and everything. And Aiden continued his 12 days of Rusev Day. And he got popped like crazy. And the crowd was eating it up. And I love Rusev Day. It's getting over like crazy, you know. When I went to Hell in a Cell, it was starting during Hell in a Cell time. But now it's more than ever with them getting inserted in this match. It was supposed to be triple threat with New Day and Benjamins and Usos. But then, after this match was named, Rusev Day beat New Day. And they were inserted. So it's like, okay. Then they beat Usos last week. With some shenanigans, but still, they won. So they got a lot of momentum. And this match was just a fast-paced match. Every team had a chance to shine. Almost forgot there was a Tower Doom spot in the triple threat match. Tried but true spot. There was a spot. There was a Tower Doom with Ziggler and Corbin and Wood. Everybody had a chance to shine. Like, everyone was flying early. Like, the first 2 minutes, you had, like, Usos flying and New Day was flying. And Gable and Benjamin, despite being the least good booked team in the card, you know, they've not been over as well. They looked pretty good tonight, especially Chad Gable and those suplexes. Damn, those are awesome suplexes near towards the end of the match. The New Day looked good. They had a chance to shine, but of course the big splashes to the corner with all 4 guys. It was interesting the way they did it with one guy from each team fighting. There was 4 guys in the ring at one time that were legal. Instead of like in these multi-team matches, there's only like 1 member of 2 members, or like 2 guys, just one out of 1 random team starting, and the other teams set out. But that was interesting to have it. There was some confusion and chaos, but they whacked around that. You know, having 4 guys be legal. They got through that and got some good spots out of it. Biggie does some big splashes and big stuff to everybody in the corner. But then Rusev did, man, they were like the MVPs of the match. They were the most over, and they worked the most hardest. Great double team from Ina and Rusev, and there was some close, and I have to be close calls to Rusev Day winning, including a couple accolades. Rusev had at least two people the accolade at one point. If you thought it was going to make him tap, like, dang it! Dang it, Rusev Day did not get the job done, man. They got screwed out of it. And then also on the midnight, I almost got nailed. Like, Neil towards the end of the match was like the most exciting part. That's when Rusev Day was dominating. We thought they were going to win. Very close calls. And then the New Day came back with, like I said, the attempt at the midnight. And then Usos did a super kick party. Oh, wrong tag team. Wrong tag team. Just sweet. One sweet. Anywho. Then all of a sudden, after the New Day and then, of course, Rusev Day's dominance, Usos came back and did a super kick party. After and before that was the Chad Gable suplex party. And then the Usos came back. They were out of the match for a little while. They came back. Did a super kick and of course the big splash, double team, and yes, the Usos retained the tag team titles in a fun match. Best match of the night. And after this, pay-per-view would go down. It's kind of like what happened with Battleground. After the tag team title match, which happened to be the first match of the card, was the pay-per-view went down like a sinking ship. And that's what happened with this scenario as well. 4.0 for this one. Most exciting match of the night. Everyone had a chance to shine, including Benjamins. Hope they get something good out of this match after they look good, especially the Chad Gable suplexes. He's the new king of Suplex City now. Beating up Lesnar for that honor. But Usos retained in a fun match. There you go. On to our next matchup. Women's title match. SmackDown Women's title match. A lumberjack match. Not lumberjill. Used to call these lumberjill matches, but they didn't want to demean the women by calling them lumberjills. You know, trying to get rid of the whole diva stigma. Not calling them lumberjills. Treating them equally by calling them lumberjacks. But I still call Iron Woman matches. When they're Iron Man matches and Iron Woman matches. It was Charlotte against Natalya. With a bunch of lumberjacks. Only one good girl lumberjack. Being Naomi, since Becky Lynch is out filming a movie with Miz, Marine 6. So we had mostly heels. Surrounding the ring, you had the newly debuted Riot Squad. Ruby Riott, Liv Morgan, who was looking more hotter than usual, and Sarah Logan. Thank God they didn't speak, especially Sarah in a southern accent, where she was Crazy Mary Dobson. So I saw her as Crazy Mary Dobson in a Ring of Honor event back in 2015. Love the old gimmick. Then you also had the Welcoming Committee. They still call them that. Lana, Tamina, and Carmella. Still holding it. Money in the Bank weekend. Will she have a cash it? Well, we kind of saw a little tease. Get to that later. The Invitation, like Charlotte and Natalya, can put on good matches, but apparently they're allergic to putting on good matches at pay-per-views without shenanigans. They can put on a good match on TV. The SmackDown title match on SmackDown Live is amazing. Before Survivor Series, when Charlotte won. But when on pay-per-view, they just like to put all these screwy things in a Charlotte Natalya pay-per-view match. Whether it's the screwy endings over last year when they were both on Raw, fighting over the title of Dana Brooke and Ric Flair shenanigans, and of course their screwy ending in Hell in a Cell earlier this year. And it was all about the Lumberjacks. Because I knew when this match was going to happen, I was like, it's a trope of Lumberjack matches that it becomes all about the Lumberjacks. And it was. Invitation was so-so. Charlotte and Natalya could put on good matches, but they were hindered with the Lumberjack handicap. You saw a lot of beatdowns. You know, Charlotte got pulled out a lot because it was mostly heels. You know, Naomi did get her hands on Natalya a little bit when Natalya was tossed out. But Naomi's the only good girl. So we saw a lot of beatdown on Charlotte. Natalya was having a strategy, pushing Charlotte out so he can get sneak attacked by the Lumberjacks. And when Natalya ran by the Lumberjack heels, she got pushed right in. And then eventually we knew the Lumberjacks were going to fight. That's like a trope of these Lumberjack matches. They'd be the focal point and they would brawl with each other. And this is exactly what happened. Walking Committee and the Wyatt Squad beat the crap out of each other. We saw Naomi fly. And there was a good spot when Charlotte went on a moonsault, took out everybody off the top rope. That was a cool little spot. And in the midst of some chaos, Carmella even tried to tease a Money in the Bank cash-in. Natalya tried to sharpshoot at one point to Charlotte after she got the beat down. You know, Shawn was still weakened from the beatdown from the Lumberjacks earlier. So Carmella's trying to take advantage of this situation with Shawn being weakened by trying to cash in. But before she was able to successfully hand the case to the referee, Wyatt Squad took her out. So Carmella didn't cash in tonight. But then Natalya and Shawn would fight over again. It was cool little secrets near towards the end. Natalya was fighting over the sharpshooter again. But then Charlotte will reverse it into the figure eight in the victory. Charlotte retains the SmackDown Women's Championship 2.5. The in-ring match was just okay. The main focus was all about the outside interference. All about the Lumberjacks. You know, Lumberjack matches are hit and miss sometimes. You know what I mean? I remember there was a match between Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins. And there was a Lumberjack match. And I was like, really? I was like, fearing it was going to be a shitty match. Because these guys deserve a no DQ match. Because they were mentioned the rivalry after Rollins broke up the Shield the first time in 2014. You know, they needed a big match for SummerSlam. And it was a Lumberjack match. The match wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. This is probably what I thought the match was going to be in 2014. All but the Lumberjacks and not a lot of in-ring action. So, the in-ring match was okay, but the Lumberjacks was the main focus. And after this, like I said, the pay-per-view, like, yeah. Next up, the Bludgeon Brothers in the pay-per-view debut, taking on Breezango. Said the Fashion Police, the Fashion Files got degraded to online. Also pissed that Silas Elias' great song to Cleveland was not on TV as well. Bullshit! It was funny, especially to see a lot of Browns fans everywhere, except at the Super Bowl. That got me laughing. Speaking of laughing, I laughed a lot during that squash match that the Bludgeon Brothers have on Thursday in Colin Delaney, the original James Ellsworth, and his partner who screamed like a little girl after a double powerbomb from the Bludgeon Brothers. I laughed every time I watched it. It never got old for me. Every time I saw that clip, I laughed every time. We didn't get no screams tonight when Fandango sold the double powerbomb move after Calabrese got knocked out silly outside the ring. It was a squasher. Love my Breezango, love my Fashion Police, but we all knew the Bludgeon Brothers were going to get over here. They've been dominant since the debut, re-debut as these new characters. You know, quick victory, so there you go, 2.0. They talked to the mic a little bit, got the what treatment. It's the beginning of the end, it's the end of the beginning. Harper, Rowan, Bludgeon Brothers! That's about it. So, you know, the job for this match was to get the Bludgeon Brothers over and more dominant than ever, and they succeeded at that job. So, there you go. And unfortunately, Breezango did the duty. They did the job. They took the job. They jobbed out. So. Now on to our co-main event. The tag team match involving Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn taking on Shinsuke Nakamura and Randy Orton. A lot of stakes. Stakes were on the line. Stakes were high indeed. With Kevin and Sami's jobs on the line, not only would they be fired if they lost from SmackDown Live, but all of WWE. And you had not one but two referees, both authority figures. We've been seeing this KO Shane interaction since SummerSlam. Elevated more when Sami Zayn helped Kevin Owens beat Shane McMahon by pushing KO off the table when Shane jumped off the cell and screwing over SmackDown Live. So it's been a little bit of vendetta. That's why Shane added a stip and they've been fought. He wants them fired. The D-Bike trying to be the face of reason. And we may have a little bit of a turn here. One guy turned face, one guy turned heel tonight. We knew it was going to be all about the power struggle between Shane and Daniel Bryan. You know, the two authority figures. You know what I mean? They wanted the Atlanta opportunity to be all about the superstars and not about the authority figures stealing the spotlight and being the storyline. Being the main storylines. Are we watching SmackDown or are we watching Raw? Because Raw was all about, you know, Stephanie McMahon being the face of the storylines. We didn't see a lot of that with SmackDown, but apparently since Raw Dog's been writing, we've got that storyline in SmackDown too. The authority figures being, and that's what this match was about. The in-ring action, it was kind of like the Lumberjack match. You know, the in-ring action was just so-so. It was all about the outside shit. It was all about the Lumberjacks. Same with this match. The in-ring action, you had four great workers. But the in-ring action was just okay and secondary to the struggle between Shimmy Man and KO. Somewhat friend, D-Bry being the main focus with them struggling to, getting into the phase about counting pins, with 2 referees in there. KO and Shane did get some do a job early, including a nasty move with Shinsuke being splashed through a table at one point in the match. That was a cool little spot there, but that was about it. Everyone got their, the spots in. Nakamura did the good vibrations. Never got to do the Kinshasa. We didn't see a Power Bomb or a Luva Kick. We did try a Luva Kick at one point, and we did try it. But then the ending is what everyone's going to be talking about. We had 4 good workers, but it was like, good workers, but the Amy action was just secondary here. It was okay action. I fell asleep during it. And it's not supposed to happen. You have Nakamura and Stan Owens in a match with Randy Orton, and I'm falling asleep during it. That should not happen. Shame. Tell you what happened with AJ and Jenna tonight. It was a boy AJ match. Get to that later. Shame. And we saw Randy Orton did do all KO at one point. And Shane was counting. And then KO inadvertently knocked Shane, JM, D-Bry into Shane as he was counting down Randy Orton for the 3. Shane did not know that KO pushed D-Bry into him. He just thought D-Bry screwed over him for trying to get rid of Sammy. And KO, they got into each other's faces. Saying that, Brian, you ruined my 3. Because, I was going to count down the 3 and get rid of Sammy and KO. And then Owen would reverse into a schoolboy. The little schoolboy sequence. Like 1, 2, 1, 2. And then Owen would pin Sammy again. Or actually, Sammy would pin Orton. And Shane counted that pin for Sammy. He did 1, 2. No, I'm not going to count to 3. And KO was on the outside, and Sammy was like, damn it, Shane, you want us gone, don't you? And then Shane really got into the face of D-Bry. D-Bry and Shane got into it big time. And then, in the midst of all that, Shane and D-Bry got into a shoving contest. Shane got his back distracted. And Sami Zayn would pin Orton. It was Shane not doing it because he was distracted with KO. D-Bry counted Sami Zayn onto Randy. 1, 2, 3. Quick count. Sami and KO win. They keep their jobs. I knew that I think a lot of people, including myself, knew that D-Bry was going to be the one to screw over Shane in this match. And that's what happened. An inadvertent push of Bryan onto Shane started the ball rolling. When Randy did all KO, and KO knocked D-Bry inadvertently into Shane. Shane didn't know, like I said, that KO did it. And that's when the shoving contest began. And Shane refusing to count the 3 to AJ. That's when the boiling point happened. That's when D-Bry took action. That's why he did the 1, 2, 3 quick count when Sami did a pinning opportunity onto Randy Orton. Hold him up. So, there you go with that. 3.0, like I said, the match could have been a lot better in ring action. But it did the job it was supposed to do. Kind of like the squash match. It was supposed to get the Bludgeon Brothers over. And this match was about getting the tension between Shane and D-Bry elevated. And that's what happened tonight. Shane, maybe have a double turn here. Shane's a heel and D-Bry's a face. Who knows the story. But we're going to see Shane and D-Bry at Mania. Because they're about to clear D-Bry in the day now. Finally. But if they're going to bring back D-Bry just to get him a WrestleMania match against Shane, it's not a good way to bring him back to in-ring action. If they're going to finally get him back in in-ring action in WWE, it's been moved by him going to New Japan and Ring of Honor after his contract is up with WWE. So, there you go. Tension between D-Bry and Shane continues, especially with the ending of this match being a little bit of controversy. And the clock, by this time, was like 10:20. I was like, we need a filler match before main event. Because main event was going to be long. Instead, main event was next, and maybe ended 15 minutes early. It was for the WWE Championship, with AJ Styles defending it against Jinder Mahal. Now, it was a boring match. But I will say this. I said in the beginning of the video, Jinder Mahal, this was his best performance on a pay-per-view. He looked great out there. Why wasn't he this when he was champion? Maybe the fact he lost the championship, storyline-wise, made him more vicious and more focused than ever to regain the WWE Championship. But despite Jinder's best performance, the match sucked. It was kind of a boring, it was one-sided match because AJ was taken out early in the match by a slam onto barricades. He was selling a rib injury. So, which, AJ is a phenomenal one. He does all this flying stuff and all these like good, exciting stuff to make the crowd go crazy. But when you give him a storyline injury to sell, especially a rib injury, that makes it hurt every time he does something to one of the best guys to do flying stuff, it bores the crowd out. And it was kind of a one-sided affair. Although I'm happy we didn't see much of the Singh brothers interference. Although, yes, like every Jinder Mahal title match, we did see the obligatory Singh brothers interference. And the obligatory see the opponent beat the fuck out of the Singh brothers. At least it wasn't as bad as other times. AJ let him out quickly. Cooper Styles crushed one of them on the floor. So they were done and done. But like I said, it was kind of one-sided because Jinder beat the crap out of AJ. They're trying to do like the Brock Lesnar match with AJ when Lesnar beat the crap out of AJ for like 10 minutes and AJ made the Hulk return spot. That doesn't work in this match. It was kind of one-sided. Kind of like a beatdown match or the majority match. Like every time AJ was trying to come back with a good striking battle, Jinder would always answer it. The performance was great. Jinder's performance was great, but the match wasn't exciting enough. Because the crowd was sitting on their hands, whether it's because of the match being boring or being sucked out by the fact the last couple matches have been just okay in ring action. Maybe going down by this point. We even saw Jinder do the Colossus at one point. He didn't nail the Colossus. After was even trying a super Colossus from the top. But in the regular Colossus, even pulling AJ to the middle to avoid him getting to the rope. And AJ still kicked out of it. And both guys were battling body part injuries. AJ with the whips and Jinder with the knee. AJ talking to that a little bit during the match, which would lead towards the ending with him putting Jinder into the calf crusher, and Jinder would tap out on that. So AJ would retain the WWE Championship. Who would have thought that AJ would have a more exciting match with Brock Lesnar than Jinder Mahal? And Lesnar is about as hidden as Jinder. But his match was just okay, 2.7. I give it a few more extra points because of Jinder's performance. Just Jinder's in-ring work was great. But the pacing of the match, the way it was laid out with Jinder being dominant most of the match, and AJ pulling the comeback after getting his ass whipped, not making it exciting, especially selling a rib injury, hindering him to not do anything exciting, didn't help. He's one of the most phenomenal athletes on the wild, and it's the main event. Main event of your pay-per-view. And you have one of the best workers in the company. After what happened with the co-main event, with the in-ring action being okay, despite the fact you have really good workers in the match, once again, you have one of the most great athletes in the company, and you hinder him with a rib injury, storyline-wise, for him to sell and not be able to do any of his flippy stuff without selling it. So, there you go. I hope this, not only do I hope this is the last time we see Jinder and AJ face off, hopefully this is the last time we see Jinder in a main event for a while. Or never. That lays the question. Now that AJ is finally done with Jinder, who's next for him? Who's going to be next on AJ's list? Now, a lot of people are suspecting Nakamura is going to win the Rumble and have a dream match. Nakamura and AJ in the WWE at WrestleMania. The tease on the European tour. And that's kind of what they're doing from what I mean the dirt sheets. Or if Nakamura doesn't win the Rumble, they'll probably let him win a tournament or something to make him face AJ. That's like the plan. Especially since we're going to get Lesnar Roman 2 at WrestleMania 34. Make Roman look strong. So, there's that. So, maybe it could be like AJ and Ziggler, because he's U.S. champion. Or Bobby Roode. Bobby Roode turns heel. Finally, and he attacks AJ Styles or something. They were two good TNA workers. That'd be great. Bobby Roode turns heel by taking on AJ. I've been right on predictions sometimes. Hey, I was the one that called Seth Rollins cashing in Money in the Bank at Mania back in 2015. If I could be right on that, I could be right on Bobby Roode turning heel on AJ. And have a match between Devin Roy Wumba as a holdover for possible AJ Nakamura. And hopefully the Wumba pay-per-view is a lot better than last year. Well, there was some good matches in the Wumba match, but the Wumba match, again, sucked. Roman Reigns was 30. Why? And Randy won. Also, why? Hopefully a new guy wins and not Randy Orton or another part-timer. And hopefully get better surprises. So, there you go. And a much better match. And no fucking Reigns in the Wumba, motherfucker! So that's that. And I'm not watching it at a ball. I watched it at a ball last year, and I met Terry Runnels. And, but the experience was cool until the woke crew kept going out. So I'm watching it at home where my shit won't react as much as Woku did. I did have a little bit of laggy on the network tonight, but it wasn't that bad. So good streaming tonight for the network on Chromecast. So there you go. That's how I do it on my phone. That's my preference for pay-per-views and NXT. Everything else on the network besides On Demand I watch privately on my phone or my computer. So that is it for my review of Clash of the Champions. Once again, 5.5. It wasn't the worst pay-per-view of the year. It wasn't SmackDown's worst either. And I'm glad it was better than last year's final pay-per-view, All Black, but SmackDown's got a lot to do to make 2018 better than this year. It was an up and down year for SmackDown. They went in this year as a dominant brand, and now Raw is. SmackDown's booking the last few months, especially Jinder being champion, a dog time. But now with AJ's champion, and the possibility of AJ Nakamura at Mania, hopefully they don't fuck it up, could make up for sucky later half of 2017. Especially some good things for SmackDown with the Usos New Day rivalry being amazing. Overstayed the welcome, kind of like the Club, the Bar, and the Shield rivalry going longer than expected. But still putting on good matches. You know, Usos New Day, chemistry's there, especially an epic Hell in a Cell match back in October. This was the final pay-per-view of the year and my final pay-per-view review of the year. So thank you for watching all my reviews this year for both Raw and SmackDown. With that in mind, you've all been attacked by the review from Zach. Thank you very much for watching. See you later. And if I don't make anything before Christmas, Merry Christmas to everybody. See you later. If I don't make another video before the end, I'll probably make a Raw review. So I'll probably make a couple more videos this year. You know, like probably the last two Walls, you know, tomorrow's Wall and Christmas Day Wall. We'll see about Christmas Day Wall review. So, you've been attacked again by the review from Zach. See you later. Bye-bye.